Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Forex with Temilo. In this video, we're talking about the trades I took during the week, this last trading week. I'll be doing the breakdown of all the trades I took. Some were profitable trades and some I had losses on them. So let's get right into it. So starting with Nasdaq, NAS 100, the first trade I took on it was right here. I took a buy trade on it. I can't really recollect what day I took it, but when I take trades like this, I do send them to my Telegram channel for people to study and learn from my trades. I also send Outlook to my academy members in the Discord channel as well. I do not give out signals, but I only send out Outlooks and projections, possible projections. So moving down to like the 5 minutes time frame on this Nasdaq right here, you'll see it was just a simple setup. Okay, I cited this imbalance right here, this zone right here, market push down, so I left on LD price action right there. And also at this point on the higher time frame, this zone was a supply zone on the higher time frame. So I was targeting that price was going to fill up this zone and at the same time go up to fill up the zone long term. I sent this to my Telegram channel and I got my entry right here after I cited this break of structure. Market caused the break of structure, then pull down, and this zone on the 3 minutes time frame, this zone was this zone had imbalance and I took my entry off from there. You can see we have little imbalance right here, and to protect myself, I had my stop loss at this zone. Market tapped in perfectly, almost with no drawdown, and my first zone was it as take profit, this first imbalance zone. Market came back into entry, but I did not get back into this trade. But at the end, the overall target was filled up and we had the complete buy. So, and the next trade I took was a sell trade actually. So these I think 1 hour supply zone, as you can see right here, it was an imbalance on the 1 hour time frame. This zone had imbalance right here, so market filled up this imbalance and used this zone to keep selling down. So once I saw market tapped into this imbalance, I went down to the lower time frame, and on the lower time frame I was waiting for a break of structure to be sure that we are going to be selling down. Okay, so I got the break of structure, and I now had 2 points of interest. Okay, as you can see, when market broke this low right here, we had this clean supply zone that was left unmitigated, and just above this zone we had imbalance right there, and we have this zone, this supply zone that is left unmitigated as well. So I had these two zones and I was wondering which of the zone is going to hold, and at this point I decided to risk half of what I would risk normally on my trade. I decided to risk half of my normal risk that we use. So I had my limit set right here. I had another limit set right here as well. So and I was waiting for the sell. This got tapped in and we started moving down. So and I got tapped in, but New Year session was about to start then, and I was thinking we might probably have a push up into this zone, and market was going to take out early sellers in the market right here. Okay, so so I got out of this trade. I think at this point right here, I got out of this trade because I was thinking that price was going to push back here during the New York session and then drop. So, but unfortunately, the market dropped, and I was not in the trade to catch all these massive sell, even though I had limits set right here and I was in the trade at this point as well. And lastly, on Friday, I got into another sell trade. I had noticed we had liquidity build up right here, trend line liquidity. And if you've not watched my video on trend line liquidity, on liquidity generally, you can do well to watch that video. I discovered we had liquidity here, and we also have this imbalance that was left behind when markets pushed all the way up to this zone. So on Friday, I was looking for a sell trade for the market to clear this trend line liquidity and also fill this imbalance. And as you can see right here, we had a break of structure right here. Market broke this low. We had a break of structure. Market came back. Let's move to the 5 minutes time frame. Market came back and mitigated this zone right here. And at this point, I was then waiting for confirmation entries. So now I started marking out my structure. This was the last low that gave us this push to mitigate this zone, right? And we now have a break of structure from right here. So since this is the break of structure, we should wait for our confirmation entry. And so at this point, I was looking for entry, and okay, at this point I was still not on the chart. Okay, I was still not on the chart. I think I got on the chart when I had noticed we've broken this low as well. We took out this low, we took out this low. So at this point, I think I was now on the chart, and I was looking at this place as my point of interest for entry. And then I had my sell limit right there and my stop loss at this high in order to protect myself in case price wants to mitigate up to this area. But as you can see, market pushed above my stop loss, and I had losses right here. I was stopped out of the trade, and immediately market started going down. I thought I'll be able to catch another sell trade when we broke below this low. So I was now looking for entries at this point, but as you can see, market never returned back to that to this my point of interest. Market just sold all the way down, and my target point for my profit was it, as you can see, but I wasn't in the trade. I had losses on this Nasdaq. So this is just the breakdown on Nasdaq. Let's move down to US30. On US30, on Friday, I only took a trade on Friday on US30. Okay, so I noticed this higher time frame supply was mitigated. This zone was mitigated, right? And moving down to the lower time frame now, on Friday, I then noticed that we had a break of structure right here. This low pushed into this higher time frame supply that we had, and we had a break of structure right there. This was the break of structure. Markets came back, mitigated this zone. At this time, I was not on this chart at this time. So, but when I got to the chart, I then noticed when we tapped in at this point, I was on the chart at this point. Moving down to like the 3 minutes time frame now. Yeah. So on the is it the 3 minutes now or the 5 minutes time frame? Let's see what. Okay, yeah. So on the 5 minutes time frame, I was then looking for entry. So I cited this was already dropping when I got to the chart. So I was now waiting for a possible entry in order to join in the sell. And also I could notice this massive inefficiency in the market. These candles were just bullish candles. There were no bearish candles, signifying that we have imbalance right here. So this was a good zone to target for take profits in the market. So I was now waiting for confirmation. So I noticed we took out all this low, and this low was responsible for the push up into this zone right here. And my best place to get in was right here. This was the inception of this whole move to the downside that broke this structure right here. So I had my limit set at this point, and I was tapped in perfectly, and the trade started moving. As you can see, the trade was a very slow trade. We were bullish, bearish structure, and it was really, really slow. And later on, I think around the New York Stock Exchange open on Friday, we had another retracement back up. And as you can see right here, let me replay this. So at New York Stock Exchange open, market started pulling back, and I had to look for another possible entry, because now we've now broken this low again. Okay, so let's see what we have on the 30 minutes time frame. Yeah, so I think this 45 minutes time frame right here, yeah, this was the new candle that gave us this break of structure. So there was possibility for price to come back to mitigate this zone. I can't exactly point out which time frame had the cleanest entry. Let me check the 40 minutes time frame. 35 minutes. Yeah, I think this 35 minutes right here. I got my entry, I think at this point right here, and markets came back into the zone, tapped in perfectly, and on Friday my take profit was hit at this point of interest right here, this imbalance field. I also sent my MT4 screenshot of this trade to my Telegram channel, and this first point of interest entry was also sent to my Discord, my academy students. I sent this right here when we had this break of structure. It was sent to them as well, and I got out of this trade right here with the double entries right there. And but before the market closed last week Friday, we had more push down. They had more push down, and I was like, wow, why didn't I stay in this trade longer? But over 600 pips from where I took profit. But all the same, always pay yourself, be satisfied with your profits. Whenever you have you always set your take profits and your stop loss at all times. And that was it on US30. Moving on to the next trade, Euro USD. Okay, so on Euro USD on Friday as well, I caught this sell trade. It wasn't planned. I didn't actually plan to take this sell trade. I was actually looking to take a buy trade from right here, from this M45 points of interest. I was looking for a buy trade because I noticed market took out this high. So I was like, if market should push up, then we have a retracement. I will catch a buy trade if I have a confirmation entry from right here and take market long. And I also had this buy setup sent to my Discord, as well. But before this buy got activated, I noticed that price tapped into this 2-hour supply zone. Market tapped into it, and I went down to the lower time frame, and I was able to get a confirmation for a sell. And I was like, why not take this sell? Since I was looking to take a buy here, definitely the market was going to for me to take a buy, the market was going to sell down and push down to this zone, right? So I was there. I was like, there's no harm in taking a sell. So that was how I saw that we have this mitigation of the H2 time frame, and we took out the low that pushed into this higher supply. We broke below it, and this was the best. This was the best point of interest right there. And at this point, even I wasn't on the chart yet. It was when price mitigated this zone, I got to realize that I started doing the analysis that this H2 was tapped, this break of structure had happened. I think I got into my sell at this retracement. When markets pushed back up to this zone, I got into my sell. I also sent a screenshot of my entry and my trade to my Telegram channel. If you are yet to join my channel, you can join and learn from trades when I take them. So, and with stop loss right there. So when we broke this low, I was actually monitoring this trade, and I didn't set my stop loss on my MT4, but I knew where my stop loss would be. So when we broke this low, I was like, this is my new stop loss, and I was monitoring the trade, and my take profit was it right here. So I think I was able to get around, let me see, around 40 or 45 pips from this Euro USD sell trade. And also this buy trade that I sent this M45, I sent this M45 POI right here, this M45 POI, sent it to my Discord, and I told my channel, my Discord members to look for buys if there is confirmation at this point. That is, if we have a minor break of structure on the lower time frame, then you can get into a buy trade and can probably take profits at some levels right there, or at this high right there. So let's move down to the 5 minutes time frame and see if we actually got the confirmation entry. As you can see right here, let's move down to the 3 minutes time frame. Yeah, as you can see on the 3 minutes time frame, if you mark out your structure, we had this low, high, and this push. And as you can see, at some point we had a break above this lower high, this internal lower high. We had a break of structure right there. And let me see on the 1 minute time frame. On the 1 minute time frame now, yes, after this break of structure right here, this was a perfect zone to get into a buy trade, and you could get your entry right there. And for me, I always say, don't be hard on yourself by saying, I want 2 pip stop loss, I want 3 pip stop loss. There's nothing bad in that, but always give yourself room if you still have to give yourself room. Because for me, I always take 15 or 16 pips in stop loss. And as you can see, if I was to take this trade after getting this break of structure right here, this was the only clean zone. This demand zone with imbalance was the only clean zone we could have gotten our entry from, and my stop loss would have been at this low, because this leaves me with about 15 pips stop loss, and I would have targeted this high. And since it was Friday, market was going to close soon, probably take my profits at this level. Like I always say as well, you don't want to be taking profits at exact imbalance fill. You want to give yourself some room in case price will not totally tap. And if we are taking this buy from right here, take profits would have been it right there. As you can see, let me take this out. You can see take profits was it, and this was almost about 45 pips as well. Okay, so this is how to look for intraday trades during the week. And you just have to check your overall structure, look for break of structure, look for unmitigated supply and unmitigated demand zones, imbalance zones, and take your entry. Also, another pair I have on the list is Gbp Jpy. Starting from the 4 hours time frame on Gbp Jpy, I also sent this to my Discord channel. On Gbp Jpy, I noticed that Gbp Jpy tapped into this 4-hour unmitigated supply zone right here, and I had this zone sent out to my Discord members because this zone was the inception of all this push that broke this structure right here to the upside. So when price came back into this zone, I sent this zone out to the Discord and told them to look for confirmation entries on the lower time frame if we are going to go long on this pair. And also we had the incentive to go long because we can see this redistribution right here, which is also a supply zone right here, is a strong supply zone that price will likely push back into. We also have imbalance at this level as well. So it was a good zone to target for take profits if we should buy, but we will not just get into a buy trade from this 4-hour demand zone. We won't just get into a buy trade. We need to see confirmation. So going down to like the 15 minutes time frame now. On the 15 minutes time frame, we can see that we have a break of structure from right here. Markets broke this lower high that pushed down into that 4-hour, into this 4-hour points of interest. So the next thing is to look for unmitigated demand zone in this leg of this push to the upside. Okay, and as you can see, we got that. I noticed we had multiple zones. Actually, I noticed we had this zone right here. We also had this M15 zone right here as well. So I was monitoring these two zones, but I actually was okay with this one, because when I took my Fibonacci retracement tool to this high right here, when the market was still coming down, this point was the best point because it was on the 61% on the Fib. Okay, and this next zone to target was this 78 zone, but for some reason we were in the London session, and since we are going to buy, I was anticipating that it's most likely market is going to use this zone and buy up. So I decided to use half risk at this zone. I used half risk at this zone, and if price was going to come down to mitigate this last zone that was close to the 78%, then I was going to use my remaining risk and take this trade right here. But luckily, the trade actually used this 61% on Fib, this zone right here on this M15 time frame, actually used this zone, and we had the buy. Let me go down to the 5 minutes time frame. Yeah, so this was the M5 POI, point of interest, and price tapped me into this trade. I was in. I actually used a market execution. I didn't set a I did not set a buy limits right here. I used market execution. I think I got into the trade maybe at this point, the second candle right here, and market started pushing up, and I think later on I had another entry. I had 2 entries on this pair. Yeah, I think when we broke above this high, this was another point of interest. I think on the 5 minutes, let me go back to the 5 minutes time frame. On the 5 minutes time frame, or probably the 3 minutes, but in order not to waste time, I took another entry right here. Took another entry. I think on the 3 minutes time frame, I took another entry because I had 2 entries on this pair. I had 2 entries. I can't find that now. I had 2 entries, and the entry, I think I had my stop loss below this low, and well, that was the trade, and our take profit was actually it. Our take profit was it right there. Market skyrocketed and take profit was it. So it was a simple trade as well. A tap into the H4 demand, wait for a break of structure on the lower time frame, look for an entry on your lower time frame and get into your trade. So this was a nice trade right there. And moving to Audcad, I think this Audcad trade was also on Friday. It was a sell trade as well. So on the 40 minutes time frame, as you can see, Audcad was bearish and we were respecting a supply zone. This supply zone was respected by this also respected this. So on Friday, I I saw that we had a break of structure right here, and we had this M40 unmitigated supply zone. So this was a good zone to look for sell trades. I also sent this to the Discord channel as well. I told my channel my Discord members to look for possible sell trades right here. So I got into an aggressive entry right here because the stop loss was actually 11 pips. So I had my sell limit set right here. I would normally do 15 pips stop loss. So because this was 11 pips, I had an aggressive entry right here. And also moving down to the 15 minutes, we had a break of structure on the lower time frame. So if you didn't take this aggressive entry, this was the best time to then take a confirmation entry. We had this break of structure right here, and we had this M15 order block right here, or supply zone right here. Market came back and tapped into it. I also got into another entry right here with my stop loss right here, and at this point my stop loss for this first trade was moved from right here and moved into entry, because now we've taken out this low, we took out this low, and we also took out this low. So since I was getting into another sell trade, I moved my stop loss here on this trade, and this first trade was risk free, so I got into this trade as well, and this was just about 6.2 pips stop loss. I got into it, I was tapped in, and I targeted these lows right here. I targeted these lows because this zone is a strong zone. It has been priced as stored a lot of times right here. So it was okay for me to take my profits off this trade. And this trade was very, very fast because I think we had a card news on Friday as well. So the push was very fast. So this was another sell trade I took as well. I think on Thursday, I sent this Audnzd trade to my Discord channel as well. It was a sell trade from the 1 hour time frame. I noticed that price mitigated this. Let me take this off. I didn't take this trade. So I noticed price mitigated this H1 supply zone right here. So I was on the lower time frame now, and I was looking for confirmation right there. So when price tapped and we had a break of structure right here, you can see if we mark out this zone, we have a low that gave us this high. We had this low that pushed into this high. So we took this low out. We also took this low out, and price came back, mitigated this last point of interest, and we got our sell trade. Okay, so I was in that trade, and later on I noticed when we were pushing down, we had this unmitigated supply right here. Okay, we had this unmitigated supply right there. And also, if we should use a Fibonacci retracement tool from right here to this zone right here, you will see that this zone was in a premium zone close to the 78% and even above the 78%. Okay, so it was a good premium zone to look for sell trade, and I also took another sell trade from right there with my stop loss just being 6.8, because this was the last point of interest after we pushed all the way down here. So once this was taken out, once this zone was taken out and price was coming into this zone, I knew for sure price was going to use this zone to continue the sell trade. So I got into this trade as well, and my take profit was at this level right here. I always like to take profit at imbalance zones and demand zones instead of staying so long in the market, as you can see right here, because I know sometimes price can use a certain demand zone or certain order block to start retracing, and you don't want to be giving back to the market what you already made. Okay, so I always like to be in and out of my trade that same day or take profit within hours. So far, my risk to reward is up to 3 or greater than 3. Okay, so that was another beautiful sell trade that I caught on Audnzd. Okay, now that will be all on the pairs I took last week. I also took a trade on Gbp USD, but it was a losing trade as well. But this video is already long. I would like to stop right there. So if you are interested in joining my academy, it's just $100. I will take you through the course from the beginners level to the advanced level. You will also have a one-on-one Zoom section with me. If you sign up to my academy, you get to ask me questions that you have, and also have the opportunity every day to show me your setup. Whatever pair you want to trade, you can show me your setup. I will guide you on what to look for, and you'll also be having access to my Discord channel where I get to send Outlook to my students, and we have Zoom sessions and webinars on Sundays as well, in order to look for possible projections for the week. So if you're interested, it's just $100 a one-time fee. Okay, you can send me a DM on Telegram at Temilo. It will be in the description below. So thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will go a long way for me. And if you like my videos, please click the like button and also share this channel to your friends and loved ones. Thank you.